So here's a wild thought for you. How is it possible that a man who traveled 71 million miles in space and another who spent his entire life thinking on the ground could come to the exact same mind-blowing conclusion about our planet? Well, it's a story about two totally different perspectives that point to one single undeniable truth.
Wow. I mean, that's a powerful way to start, isn't it? We're living a lie. And those words come from someone who's seen our home in a way most of us can only dream of. So this is our mystery. What is this lie that becomes so crystal clear when you're looking down from orbit?
To get his point of view, you've got to understand where he's coming from. We're talking about former NASA astronaut Ron Garan, and these numbers, they're just staggering. 178 days in space, over 71 million miles. That's not just a quick trip. He circled our planet almost 3,000 times. When he talks about Earth, it's from deep, first-hand experience. Now, what he experienced up there isn't just about the amazing view. It's a real psychological phenomenon called the overview effect. It's this profound shift that happens when you see Earth just hanging there in the dark, a fragile, living blue marble, and it can completely change the way you see everything. Humanity, our conflicts, our place in the cosmos. So, after all that time, all those miles, and experiencing that huge shift in perspective, what did he actually see? When Ron Garan looked down at all of us, what was right in front of him? The first thing he saw wasn't borders or countries or economies. It was this: a single, glowing, interconnected living system. A beautiful, shimmering organism just pulsing with life, all of it protected by this paper-thin atmosphere that, keeps every single one of us alive. But what's just as revealing, maybe even more so, is what he didn't see. Because, let's be honest, sometimes what's missing tells you the whole story. Think about it. From up there, you can see these incredible lightning storms flashing across continents. You can see the northern lights dancing over the poles. You see this vibrant biosphere. But as Garan says, you don't see the global economy. It's not a natural feature of the planet. It's something we invented. And this is the absolute heart of it. The big lie is this massive disconnect. We have the reality of a living planet on one hand and the fiction of our human systems on the other. We act like Earth's life support systems are just a small part of our economy, when, from space, it's painfully obvious that the economy only exists because of the planet's biosphere. We've got it completely backwards. But here's the most fascinating twist in this whole story. You don't actually have to be an astronaut to see this truth. Someone else saw the exact same lie without ever leaving the ground.
Let me introduce you to John B Cobb Jr. He's a theologian, a philosopher, and an environmentalist. And for pretty much his entire life, he's been wrestling with the very same problem Garan saw from space. I mean, he wrote one of the very first books on environmental ethics way back in 1971. The man's a true pioneer. He's been sounding this alarm for decades.
And Cobb, he actually gave a name to this big lie. He called it economicism. He basically said it's become our modern-day religion. It's this core belief that endless economic growth is the ultimate goal and that everything else, our planet, our communities, our health, should be sacrificed for it. And right here, this is where it all just clicks into place. The astronaut from space sees our living planet treated like a minor department of the economy. The philosopher on the ground sees the economy treated as the main goal that all of life has to serve. It's the exact same problem, the same lie, just seen from two completely different altitudes. Garan's conclusion is so perfect because it gives us the solution that Cobb's work also points to. We just need to flip the script. It's not some complicated formula. It's just about putting first things first, right? The planet is the foundation. Society lives on the planet. And the economy, that's a tool that's supposed to serve both of them.
So if economism is the problem, then what's the solution? Well, Cobb proposed a whole new way of looking at the world. He called it Earthism, and it's a vision where the well-being of the entire planet and all of its inhabitants, not just people and definitely not just the economy, becomes the absolute center of everything we do.
So what does being an Earthist actually look like? Well, it kind of boils down to four main ideas. First, you see the Earth as sacred. Simple as that. Second, you aim for what he calls ecological wholeness. Meeting our needs without wrecking the planet. Third, it's about building economies that are centered on communities, not just giant corporations.
And fourth, it means always prioritizing long-term health over short-term profits. Now, coming from a Christian theologian, this is a really bold statement. Cobb is basically arguing that if we make the earth itself the focus of our devotion, it's the most inclusive and life-affirming thing we can do, because the earth includes everyone and everything. It cuts across all the lines that usually divide us. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we live this vision? A really powerful idea for this is something called steward-heirship. It's two words put together. We all get stewardship, right? That's our job to take care of the planet. But heirship, that adds another layer. It reminds us that we are the inheritors of this amazing, sacred trust, and it challenges us to act like worthy ancestors for those who come after us. So this path is really a personal journey. It starts with waking up to how deeply connected we are to everything. And from there, it calls us to serve something bigger than ourselves, to steward what we have wisely, and to inherit this incredible gift of a planet with total gratitude and pass it on with care. And this is what it's all leading to. This is the ultimate destination. We're at a crossroads, really. A choice between the emergency we're in now and the emergence of something new and better. The end goal isn't just to be sustainable. The vision is to build a whole new kind of world, an ecological civilization, where everything we do as humans actually works in harmony with the natural world. So in the end, it really doesn't matter if your view is from 250 miles up in space or if it's right here from your kitchen window. The truth is the same. And so the real question this leaves for all of us is a personal one. In our own lives right now, what does it mean to shift our own perspective, to see through that big lie, and to truly become an Earthist?